Hello, and welcome to Modern Skills in English. Today, we're talking about something university doesn't prepare you for, the unwritten rules of your first professional job.
I just started my first job 2 weeks ago, and I feel like I'm acting in a play, but I'm the only one who doesn't have the script. Everyone else seems to know their lines, their role, how to talk to each other, and I'm just quiet. I do my work, but I feel totally lost. Is it supposed to feel this way?
It almost always feels that way. Most people think their first job is a test of the skills they learned in school. But what if the real test has nothing to do with your skills? What if the goal isn't to find the script, but to learn how to listen to the play?
Listen to the play. What does that mean? I'm trying to listen, but all I hear is noise I don't understand.
That's the key. Most graduates walk into their first job with one goal: prove I am smart and capable. They put their head down, they focus only on their tasks, and they hope their good work will speak for itself.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? My manager told me my main job is to complete my projects.
Completing your projects is the price of admission. It gets you in the door, but it doesn't help you find your seat. The belief that good work is enough is one of the most common reasons new employees struggle. It's a university mindset. In university, your individual grade is all that matters. You can be a genius and never speak to anyone, and you will still get top marks.
So you're saying the workplace is different?
Completely different. The workplace is a social system, a team. Your work doesn't exist alone. It connects to everyone else's work. If people don't know you, if they don't understand how you think, if they don't trust you, your good work can become invisible, or worse, it can be misunderstood. The real challenge is not just to do your work, but to learn how to navigate the human environment around the work.
Navigate the environment. You mean like making friends? I'm not good at small talk. When I go to the kitchen to get coffee, a few colleagues are there, laughing. I just get my water and leave. It feels so awkward.
Many people feel that way. They see small talk as a waste of time. But think of it differently. That kitchen conversation isn't just about the weather or the weekend, it's data collection. You're learning who works on what project. You're learning who is stressed and who is relaxed. You're learning who people go to for help. These small interactions are how you build a map of the office. Without that map, you're working blind.
A map of the office. I never thought of it like that. I just thought it was about being popular. But I still don't know what to say.
You don't have to say much. You can start by asking a simple, open question. Something like, working on anything interesting this morning? Or, that smells like good coffee. Where is it from? The goal isn't to have a long conversation. It's to show you are open, friendly, and present. It's a small signal that you are part of the team, not just someone sitting at a desk.
Okay, that feels a little easier. But there's another problem. I'm afraid to ask for help. I feel like I should already know how to do everything.
This is the second unwritten rule. The belief is, if I ask for help, people will think I'm incompetent.
Exactly. They hired me because they thought I was qualified. If I ask a stupid question on the first day, they'll think they made a mistake. So I spend hours trying to figure something out on my own.
And why did that feel like the right strategy in university?
Because in university, if you ask the professor for the answer, it means you didn't do the reading. You're supposed to find the answers yourself. It's a test of your personal knowledge.
And that's precisely why it fails in the workplace. Wasting 3 hours on a problem a colleague could help you solve in 5 minutes isn't a sign of independence. It's a sign of poor judgment. You're not saving the company's time. You're wasting it. You're also hiding a problem, which is dangerous. Managers hate surprises. They would much rather know you are stuck early than find out you are behind schedule a day before the deadline.
That makes sense, but I still have the fear of looking stupid. What's the right way to ask?
The new way of thinking is this. Don't ask questions that outsource your thinking. Ask questions that show your thinking. This is one of the most important implicit rules of professional communication.
What's the difference?
A bad question is, how do I do this? It puts all the work on the other person. A good question sounds like this. I'm trying to update the client report. My goal is to add the data from this quarter. I've tried using the standard formula, but I'm getting an error. I think the problem might be the date format. Could you take a quick look and tell me if I'm on the right track?
Wow, that's completely different.
What does that second question signal?
It shows I didn't just give up. It shows I tried to solve it myself. I know what the goal is, and I even have a guess about the problem. It respects the other person's time.
Exactly. It makes you look thoughtful, not helpless. Smart questions increase your reputation. Helpless questions damage it. This leads to the third area of confusion, team meetings.
Meetings. I sit there for an hour and I don't say a single word. My mind goes completely blank. I feel like I have nothing valuable to add. Everyone else is so senior, so confident.
The common belief is, I should only speak if I have a brilliant original idea. We believe this because we're afraid of being judged. We think if we say something that isn't perfect, everyone will think less of us.
Yes, 100%. Silence feels safer than saying something dumb.
But in a professional context, silence is not neutral. It can be interpreted in many ways. It can look like you're not paying attention. It can look like you're not engaged. It can look like you don't understand. Or it can look like you simply don't care. Your manager can't see what's happening in your head. If you are silent, you are a black box.
A black box. That's a good way to put it. So what am I supposed to do? I really don't have brilliant ideas yet. I don't even understand half the things they're talking about.
Your goal in your first few months is not to provide brilliant ideas. Your goal is to make your thinking visible. You need to show people how you are processing information. You need to make your thoughts coherent, even if they are simple.
How can I do that without a big idea?
You can contribute in other ways. One of the most powerful is the clarifying summary. You can say something like, so just to make sure I'm following correctly, our main goal for this project is to increase user signups by 10%, and we believe the best way to do that is by improving the homepage. Is that an accurate summary?
Oh, I could definitely do that. It's just repeating what they said, but in my own words.
It's much more than that. It tells your team 3 things. 1, you are listening carefully. 2, you are able to understand complex information and simplify it. 3, you care enough to confirm your understanding. That single contribution is more valuable than an hour of silence. It builds confidence in you.
This all makes sense, Sarah, but I have a question. If this is all true, why do I see senior people at my company who are very quiet? They don't do small talk, they don't talk much in meetings, but everyone respects them. It seems to work for them.
That is an excellent observation. The reason is that they have already spent years or even decades building their professional credibility. Their track record of good work, smart decisions, and reliability is so strong that their reputation enters the room before they do. When they are silent, people don't assume they are confused or disengaged. People assume they are thinking deeply. Their silence has weight. As a new person, you haven't built that history yet. Your silence is an empty space, and people will, consciously or not, fill that empty space with their own assumptions, and those assumptions are often negative.
So they have earned the right to be silent. I haven't.
You could put it that way. You are in the process of building that credibility, and you build it through small, consistent actions. The friendly hello in the kitchen, the smart question asked after you've tried to solve it yourself, the clarifying summary in a meeting. None of these actions is difficult, but they add up.
So the big mental model here is what? What should I be thinking every day when I walk into the office?
Stop thinking of yourself as a student who needs to pass a test. Start thinking of yourself as a detective arriving in a new city. Your first 90 days are not about solving the biggest case. Your job is to observe, to learn the culture, to understand how people communicate, how decisions are made, who holds influence. You have to learn the local language, the local customs. You have to adapt.
Be a detective, not a student. I really like that. A student is supposed to have the answers before the exam, but a detective is supposed to have only questions at the beginning. Their job is to find the answers by observing and talking to people.
Precisely. And what does a good detective do? They take notes, they notice patterns, they listen more than they talk. They build trust with people to get information. They don't walk in on day 1 and announce their brilliant theory of the case. They build it, piece by piece.
So I need to learn to navigate the office by paying attention to all the implicit signals. And I build my credibility by making my thinking process visible and coherent, even in small ways. And the overall goal is just to observe and adapt to the new environment.
That is the foundation. And when you do that, something interesting happens. The anxiety starts to fade. You stop worrying about what am I supposed to be doing, and you start seeing what is actually happening here. You move from a state of fear to a state of curiosity.
Okay, it feels like the pressure is off. My job isn't to be perfect. My job is to learn. And learning involves watching, listening, and asking good questions, not hiding at my desk.
It's not about changing who you are. It's about changing your goal, from proving your worth to understanding the world around you.
From proving to understanding. I can do that. That feels possible.
And understanding is always the first step to belonging. Hello, everyone. We hope this was helpful. If there's another part of student or professional life that feels confusing, let us know what you'd like us to talk about next in the comments.
We'll see you next time.